Really quickly going to introduce myself before we get to the content. My name is Simply Seppi and I am a hobbyist, and I plan on releasing content around Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, as well as getting these types of cards graded. Secondly, if you'd rather see the highlights of this video instead of the full unboxing, please see the link in the description for Magic Ruler First Edition Opening Recap video. This will show all the highlights as well as some interesting factoids around Magic Ruler. Last thing before we get to the video is that we're doing a giveaway on that recap video I mentioned in my second point for a couple of first edition cards from the Magic Ruler set if we get to 100 likes on the video. And even more exciting than that, we'll be giving away a graded mint condition Kazijin from the first edition Metal Raiders if we could hit 100 subscribers. One of those subscribers will be sent a graded card, mint condition, to be added to their collection. But without further ado, let's get to the content, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so previously had a video on opening a first edition Pharaoh's Servant booster box. Now I wanted to go through, because I wasn't entirely certain on the legitimacy of that box, because it came in good condition, but a lot of these were pressed in, and you really have to be careful about people resealing these. So one thing that I did want to bring up is that it seemed like that those pulls were legitimate. There was, as I said, you'll typically get 6 to, if you're lucky, 7 holographics in a booster box, at least from the ones that are pre-2003. Can't speak for any of the ones post-2003, just because these are the ones that I grew up with. We had actually 7 in that one, which was good, and I'll do a re-review video on those. The reason there were 7 is because there was a secret in there. There was Jinzo that I just sent off to get graded. I really hope it comes back a 10, because it's one of my favorite cards of all time. But let me pull this out of the screen. So this is first edition Magic Ruler that I got for a very good price around the Christmas holiday. I think it was cost around $900, which for a booster box first edition from YuGiOh back in the day is actually really good. Legend of Blue Eyes, you're looking anywhere from $8,000 to $10,000 for a box. Metal Raiders, you're looking anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 for a box. Pharaoh's Servant, you're looking anywhere from $1,000 to about $2,500 for a box. Magic Ruler is around the same, around $1,000 to $2,500 for a box. And the Magic Ruler actually, which is interesting, was changed to Spell Ruler after a certain amount of time. So, and as you can see from the stamp down low, let me zoom in on that a little bit. It is a first edition box, so we're hoping to get some good pulls here. Personally, I would really love a Toon Dragon, or a Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. That would be sweet. The only thing we gotta hope for is, because we like to get these graded, is that that they're in good condition. I got a Grave Robber, which in my Pharaoh's Servant, which is, I love Grave Robber, but unfortunately it was, I'm going to take this off screen actually while I open it. It was not in the best condition. It actually was bent a little bit, so everything else was good though. Okay, so as I said, I typically open these boxes on film, so that way if there is a discrepancy, hopefully that's not an indication of anything, but if there is a discrepancy on if they are legitimate packs or being reopened, I can hopefully send this video to eBay where I purchased the packs and get my money back. You always need to be careful, because unfortunately there's a lot of individuals that either scam you, or why is this being so difficult? There we go. I always like to open the box up. I'm going to push this back a little bit so that way I could open the packs. But so yeah, so 12 packs on each side. I always like to open the right side first. These packs seem like they're in pretty good condition. You just want to make sure that the box hasn't been reopened and weighed. So that's the key. So you could still weight packs. It's very easy to weight packs and reseal a box, especially if you take great care in opening the box. So, alright. And I know that a lot of times you'll see these opening is done and they pull out the hollow for the end, but considering that I am terrified to scratch the hollow by doing that, I typically just go in order. So we have Gaia Power, Chain Energy, High Tide YuGiOh? That's how I'm going to pronounce that, YuGiOh. Boar Soldier, and I think the 5th card is the rare. So let's holographic, right? Yes. Is it the ultra? No, it's just a regular rare. Alright, Painful Choice. I'm actually going to take that and put that to the side. Put this down real quick. Select 5 cards from your deck and show them to your opponent. Your opponent must select 1 card that will be added to your hand. Discard the remaining cards to the graveyard. Okay. So this is a good start. First pack with a holographic. Thing is, what I've noticed is there's typically a trend to the holograms in the booster boxes. And this is actually, in my mind, I'll bring this closer to the camera. Hopefully it'll adjust. It's a nice card. Not a huge fan of Painful Choice, but it's something that I will send off to get graded. Definitely in bulk. Alright, so I'll put that there for now. Keep going through these. Reliable Guardian. Spear Cretin. Weather Report. Upstart Goblin. Upstart Goblin is one that I was very nostalgic from the old days. I'm actually going to. And I send, because I like, so between, I don't think I'll be able to get a an LOB box anytime soon, but between the other starter decks, these I always like to have a complete set, so I send them in to get graded to see if I get PSA 10s even on the commons, because I would like to have a complete set. I just think that's something that's pretty cool. I also do that for Pokemon based packs too. Alright, so I'm assuming that we're not going to see another holographic for quite some time. It's always hard opening these packs on screen. Gotta find a better way of doing this. Maybe I'll get like some type of headset. It'd be ridiculous. Okay. Alright, so we got a Firecracken, Dark Witch, Crab Turtle. Crab Turtle seems like a decent ritual card. Snake Fang. And then for the rare, Giant Rat. Okay. Put this over here. Toll, that's another one that's pretty iconic. Reliable Guardian. Another Spear Cretin. And Weather Report. So now a lot of these that, because obviously, especially the commons and the uncommons, a lot of these will, once the duplications get graded, will be either sold or provided via giveaway. I like doing giveaways, especially around the holidays. Just because I'm going to put all the uncommons here, or the commons, sorry, rares. I'm going to be redoing this audio. But, so hopefully, check out my channel, and you may have the ability to get some of these in a nice little, that was close, in bulk, because they will be in pristine condition. I keep all of them in pristine condition. Hamburger recipe. Okay, so we have hamburger recipe, Psychic Kappa, Griggle. That's a that's one that's actually pretty iconic. Griggle. Final Destiny. Okay, and then for the rare, I was like revealing it this way. I'm very careful with it. Non-hollow. Giant Germ. Giant Germ, isn't that? I'm trying to remember if that's used by Kaiba in one of the earlier sets. But Giant Germ is one that's definitely used in the anime series. Okay. To find a better way of filming these because it's actually a little bit ceremonial bell, a little bit difficult doing it this way. Darkness Approaches, Kotodama, it's pretty cool, and Octoburster. Okay, alright. So now, I'd hope to, within the next 2 packs, to find another holographic, because we are actually 3 packs in, and typically you'll see one every 3 packs to 4 packs. 3 or 4 packs, or is it? No, because it's 12 on each side, so you'll typically see one every 6 packs, but we should be getting close. Throw that over there. Okay. Peacock, it's one that's used a lot. Wall Shadow, that's actually really cool. I'm going to leave that in a different area. That's used by the 2 brothers in Pegasus's Castle on Duelist Kingdom. Pretty iconic. Alright. Stone Ogre Grotto. Okay, here's the 5th one, I believe. Okay, another rare. Hyo Zenryu? Hyo Zenryu. A cool dragon type. And if you're not a collector, like a lot of times I'll look on the PSA price guide for to see what your return on investment would be if these were to grade well, and depending on which ultras get pulled, it's quite possible that based on what I paid, you could make you could make your money back. But I typically just collect these for my sake. All right, Upstart Goblin again, so that means that'll be a duplicate, which is nice. Ceremonial Bell as well. Kotodama, another duplicate, and that seemed to be almost like precisely the same. Okay. I have a good feeling about this one. I should get a scale so I could pull out the heavy packs. Plus it would help me greatly when I'm shipping things out that are less than a pound. Or less than a couple pounds anyway. Alright. Excuse my gigantic hands. I'm going to try to find a better way to film this in the future, but just bear with me. The first one was abysmal. The one where I pulled Jinzo on, I'm definitely going to be redoing that video just to show you the rares and like the ultra rares and secret rares. Penguin Knight, it's a pretty iconic card. Eat Kaboom, Queen Bird, Mystic Plasma Zone. It's a pretty cool card, but the next one will be the rare, so let's see. So it's a monster card, not, oh, is it holographic? Oh, no. Wait, so that's not the rare. Did I go one too many? Oh, it is. And it is a holographic Mahavilo? I have never heard of this card. So that is that's another, not rare, but I'm trying to figure out what so there's ultra rares, like Toon Dragon. There is secret rares, like Jinzo from PSV. Then there's rares, like these ones. And then I think these are, in addition to the group. Okay, so that one was a holographic. These haven't been, I don't know. These haven't been ones that have been on my list of ones that I would like, but holographics are holographics nonetheless. Hungry Burger. It's a funny one. Commencement Dance. Metal Fish. And Horn of Light. Not to Leonhardt these ones, but I know that and I love Leonhardt. He's charismatic, and I love watching all of his Pokemon card openings, but as soon as he hits the holographic, he gets all excited about it, which is fantastic. I do the same. I geeked out when Jinzo popped out. But then the rest of the commons, understandably, he's like boom, 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 boom. And that's very much how I feel as well. Like, commons are great, but not something to get overly excited about, in my opinion. Jesus. Okay, so probably back to the just regular rares. However, if I could actually open this without damaging anything, it'd be phenomenal. We're still looking for an ultra rare on the side, so it's got to be coming up. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the 6th pack on the first side. So Chain Energy, High Tide Gyojin, Boar Soldier, Hamburger Recipe, and I always slow down because I always just... Alright, so it's the rare, Nimble, Monmanga? Monmanga? Momanga. I'm gonna call it Momanga. It's basically a flying squirrel. Okay. When this card sits in the graveyard, as a result of battle, increase your life points by 1,000. That's not terrible. Especially because it's a 2-star monster. So you definitely use it as either a sacrifice. I wonder, so if you, as a result of battle, so don't sacrifice it, but if you just put it there, oh man, I would definitely use this card as like a base. Maybe not too much in competitive play, because it's really, since 2003, it's really changed. In terms of the types of monsters. Typically now in tournaments you'll see a lot of chains, which are like effect type monsters which change which chain other summons, which before in old days of YuGiOh you would never see that, or at least you wouldn't see it as much. Not even close to today. Alright, let's just keep going down this pack. Dark Zebra, Luminous Spark, Red Archery Girl, that's pretty cool. Kind of like a Toon Mermaid, honestly, but Malevolent Nuzzler. Not a holographic. Cyberjar, okay, pretty cool. It's a pretty iconic one. So typically I go through and I send these ones in a bulk to PSA because they're below the $99 value minimum, fair market value. I send those first and then I send the commons. And it's like a 45 to 80 day, and that's business day. Mine are Flash Assailant, Turtle Oath, Twin Long Rods number 2. Takes a while and you don't get billed until they grade them and they're sending them back to you. So it's nice because, so I would always suggest, because you're literally only paying for shipping until something happens. So if you're worried about cost, definitely just send it in, because you're only paying for shipping until a long time, because PSA gets a lot of things to grade and it takes a while to get them back, depending on your level of service. So all right, 4 more packs on the side. Penguin Knight, Gaboon, Queen Bird, Whiptail Crow, first one I've seen so far, I believe. Alright, not holographic, but Shining Angel. Okay. Alright, so we still have 2 on the side. We're looking for a third. Be in any one of these 4 packs. Ooh, Jigen Bakudan. I'm definitely pulling that out. That's definitely a nice one. I gotta check to see if that's a short print. Used by YuGiOh. Quite often, actually. Flash Assailant, Turtle Oath. So I still haven't decided yet if I'm going to use live audio or if I'm going to just do a re-record in Camtasia, but alright. I have a good feeling about this one in terms of holographics. Everyone I've had a good feeling about has been a holographic, however, it hasn't been the one that I wanted. So, let's see. Fire Kraken, Dark Witch, that's pretty cool. Used her a lot back in the day. Crab Turtle, again, which is not bad. Axe of Despair is your Ultra. And I don't know how I feel about that. So, I love Axe of Despair. But out of all the cards that I could have gotten for an Ultra, I prefer monster cards, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be completely transparent. There are very few trap and magic cards that I'm a huge fan of for being ultras. You have ones like Mirror Wall, Mirror Force, that Dark Hole. All right, let's take a look. So it's in good condition. It's in great condition. It looks like the centering is pretty nice. It'll get sent in. It just. I'm still on my Jinzo high from PSV, so I'm okay with this. I'm okay with Axe of Despair. That's fine. That is fine. Hopefully we get a secret in one of these. I don't even know. Hopefully, so I'll actually, when I do the voiceover. You have Course of Sanctuary, Mechanical Snail, Guardian of the Throne, and Slot Machine. Oof. I don't get why Slot Machine was not a holographic. I mean, maybe it is in a different set. Used by Bandit Keith. You get the Lucky Sevens in Pharaoh's Servant, and it's just it's a good card. Like, just I don't know. There's in terms of machine type decks, Slot Machine was always in my machine type deck, and yeah, I'm gonna do it just because it's the first one I've seen. If I get a duplicate, maybe I'll take it out. I have a lot of these penny sleeves, so okay. Yeah, so these are the last 3 on the first side. I'm gonna leave this one for last. I don't know why. Peculiar like that. Hopefully, so in my last one, we had a Call of the Haunted and a Grave Robber on the first one for PSV, and Call of the Haunted is pretty cool. It's a good card. Still have to get it sent in. I was waiting until I got this box here because I'm going to send in a bunch of submissions that are pretty high. But in the other one, my second side was my Saving Grace. So let's hope this is the same. Performance Sword, Giant turtle who feeds on flames. Magical labyrinth, that's a good one. Dark zebra. Non-holographic. It's an amoeba. It's also used in the series. It's a decent card. Gotta be honest, I'm not a huge fan, but when this card is face up on the field and control shifts to your opponent, inflict 2,000 points of direct damage to your opponent's life points. It can only be used once, but that's pretty darn good. 2,000 points. Think about it. If you essentially in a battle phase, if you flip this guy up in your own turn, and then after the end phase of your turn, it shifts to the other person's turn, 2,000 life points get subtracted. However, the attack and defense points are very low, so like it's very likely that as long as they have a monster that's higher, and it's probably a high probability, you'll get wiped off. Well, this guy will get wiped off, and if you don't have a trap, you can only use that effect once. Twin Long Rods, Corruptive Sanctuary, Mechanical Snail, Guardian of the Throne Room. I really think they should, like, I really loved Machine Time Monsters. I really think they should have had, they did a lot of justice in the show to Machine Time Monsters, but in terms of, like, booster boxes, not so much. Jesus. Rising Air Current, first one of those. Red Archery Girl. Malevolent Nuzzler. Ancient One of the Deep Forest. Ooh, Manga Reran. I like this card. It's a one used by Pegasus in Duelist Kingdom. He uses it against Kaiba when he banishes him to hell, basically. That's pretty cool. Toon card, very powerful toon card. Labyrinth Wall, first one we got of that, that's pretty iconic. Liquid Beast, House of Adhesive Tape, Reran, to go along with my Manga Reran. Alright, last card of the first set. Then I'm going to take a break, and we'll come back to this in 2 seconds. And this video is going to be definitely trimmed for time. Like, I like watching openings, but personally, I really think that the ones that are heavy packs are more exciting to watch. So we have Snake Fang, Peacock, Wall Shadow again, that's pretty cool. Stone Ogre Grotto, hopefully we get a holographic here, but I don't think so. Nope. Horn of the Unicorn, that's pretty iconic. I think it was also in a booster, or a starter deck, but not as a rare. That's my one, it's one of my qualms with YuGiOh. I think they should have held out a little bit on making the same card in a different set. That way they would have felt a little bit more special when you accrued one. So like Blue Eyes, I'm glad that Blue Eyes and Dark Magician I'm okay with being in the starter Kaiba and Yugi decks, because they were different artwork and everything than the LOB sets. But leave it at that, you know? Like, don't put the Gate Guardian set in Metal Raiders. Well, put that one in Metal Raiders, but don't replicate it in another one where they're non-holographic cards, where they're non-ultras, for Gate Guardian at least. Labyrinth Wall, Liquid Beast, House of Adhesive Tape, Reran. Alright, taking a break. Okay, on to the second set of 12. And that was a very annoying opening. So yeah, so Acts of Despair, if it gets a good grade, has a pretty decent value of $175. Mahavalo about 50, and I honestly didn't check Painful Choice, but just to let you know, and those again, those are fair market value from the PSA SMR, which is their price guide. A lot of times when you see if they do get graded as a gem mint, which it doesn't happen often, if you're trying to purchase them at that price, obviously most collectors were going to sell them above that price, just because they don't want to part with it for anything less than that they seem reasonable. One thing I do want to say, because I've noticed on a lot of subreddits and message boards, people will post cards, not only Yu-Gi-Oh, but Pokemon as well, probably every card game, and they'll ask, what is the value of my card? And ungraded and with a single picture, it's nearly impossible to tell. So because it's a gamble. You could put it online, people may buy it, people may not. It's the only time that you could solidify a fair market value on a card is when it's graded, either by Beckett or by PSA. Reason being, it's been graded by a professional services grader. It tells you essentially what the population of your card is. So if I have a PSA 8, it'll tell me that there is a population of 120 of those. So obviously that makes the price of, or the fair market value of them go down. But yeah, so let's go through. Let's get to it. And I'm going to try, when I do the voiceover, I'm going to try to go through and essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to provide some context, like for that PSA and Beckett, like graded cards in general for that snippet. I'm definitely going to go in and provide a little bit of context, so that way you are able to essentially know a little bit more information, because sometimes information when you're collecting it online can be a little bit sparse, and I have a decent amount of experience with grading cards. So alright, so Performance of Sword, Giant Turtle Who Feeds on Flames, another Magical Labyrinth, Dark Zebra, and the rare, it's a UFO Turtle. Okay, I'll take it. UFO Turtle, just being a rare, is actually, rares typically you'll find anywhere from like $25 to $40 for first editions that are graded. Graded as 10s anyway. Okay, so that'll be nice to try to add to my set. The only thing I will say this for Beckett over PSA grading, they tell you what, like they give you 4 categories of how it was graded, where PSA just gives you a grade and you have no idea why it was graded that way. I love PSA, but my constructive criticism for them would be to provide some context as to why it was graded the way it was graded, because there's some 9s that I have that I'm like, that should have been a 10, or there's some 10s that I'm just like, that could have went either way. So I don't know, just food for thought. Curse of Sanctuary, Mechanical Snail, another slot machine. I love slot machines. Guardian of the Throne Room. Okay. Alright. We're hoping for a secret rare in one of these so we can make our holographics 7. So we are hoping for 3 more. 3 more holographics, which I will go back over at the end of the video. Okay. Snake Fang, Peacock, Wall Shadow again, Stone Over Grotto, and the last one, It is a holographic and it's a giant Shroonade. I'm very glad that that's not the Ultra. Super glad. And I'm actually upset about that right there. I don't know if you can see it. Let's get closer. I don't know why this won't focus. If I go in and out a little bit. Alright. You can see, I'm hoping that this is missed, but there is a little bit of a white dot there. So I could see that definitely getting graded a little bit more stringently. Okay. Alright, so giant Shroonade. I think that'll, if anything, that'll get a 9, which is unfortunate. When you're trying to collect first edition cards, some of them, I mean, you're better off just buying them outright, already graded, because even though it's an unopened box, there's a huge risk. Liquid Beast, House of Adhesive Tape, Rerun, and Toll. Alright, so I'm probably going to just crush through some of these because I shouldn't expect to see any holographics. I also think comparatively with, if you're using a card base that came out at around the same time, I know Pokemon cards came out a little bit before Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but their drop rate of holographics is definitely a little bit higher. So you have Red, Archery Girl, Malevolent Nuzzler, Forest, Fire Kraken, and Heroes Shadow Scout. The only thing you gotta hope for also on the rares, if you're trying to get a complete graded set, is that you don't get a duplicate. Even on, and if you buy another box, even on the holographic set, you definitely want to like make sure that, well, you have no control over it, but you really hope that you don't get a duplicate holographic. I got 2 Metal Raiders boxes, each cost me a little bit over $2 grand, and I got a Kazugen in both. One was graded a 10, the other was graded a 9. The 9's actually for sale right now. The 10 is part of my collection, but I'm selling it for exactly at fair market value, which is $50. PSA 10's at $150, but PSA 9's at $50. So it's a beautiful card. It's still mint condition. Highly recommend it. Labyrinth Wall, Liquid Beast, House of Adhesive Tape, Rerun. Okay. Remember, for the second Ultra, we are hoping for a monster card. Because that's just my preference, you know. Wow. Okay. Chain Energy. High Tide Gyojin. Boar Soldier. Hamburger Recipe. Senju of 1,000 Hands. Of the 1,000 Hands. Okay. Reliable Guardian, Spear Cretin, Weather Report, which I think is hilarious, and Upstart Goblin, which is actually a $25 card if you can get it to grade that well. I might have them all graded, honestly, but I also sell like for ones that I already have as part of my collection, because first editions are definitely nostalgic and iconic. I sell lots that you'll get in pristine condition, but yeah, so alright. Dark Witch, Molten Destruction, another Crab Turtle, I've got a bunch of those. Snake Fang, I'm thinking this is still a non-holographic one, but I will definitely just go slow. Karate Man, that's a hilarious card. I feel like very I feel like very little effort. Once per turn, the original attack of this card can be doubled. When the effect is applied, the card is immediately destroyed. I mean, I guess that's cool, but I just think, like, if you're a designer for, not designer, but if you're, I feel like the artwork is cool, but if you're like a creator for content for these cards, it's like, oh, I feel like this is just very lazy. What is your rare card? Oh, Karate Man? Really? Yep, okay. Alright. The Reliable Guardian. Spear Cretin. Weather Report. Upstart Goblin. I'll take as many Upstart Goblins as physically possible, to be quite honest. Send them in bulk if they grade well. Say they grade well, it's $8 to send each card in bulk. You'll definitely, if you, as long as you keep them in a sleeve, hopefully most of them. Hopefully this is a good pack. We'll get that Gem Mint grade. Physic Kappa, or Psychic Kappa, sorry. It's actually one I haven't seen. Umiruka. Griggle. Final Destiny. Please don't be a holographic. It is, and I think it's my Ultra. Nope. Oh, I'll take it. I like Toon World. I'm a big fan. So if this is not my Ultra, I will definitely take it. Toon World is really cool. I'm gonna be, oh. See, so that, as I said, there's a few things that you don't want to be holographic. This is one that you want. Like, this is one that I want, right? No. No. I think that's a dot. No, for the love of Christ. Why? Hopefully. Ah, Toon World. That's gonna get a 9. Maybe even an 8. The holographic is flawless, but it's got this little dot. I don't want to scratch it. Ah, Toon World, it's so nice. Out of all the ones that could have had that dot, I really wish it was this Mahavelo guy. Ugh. Toon World, that's pretty cool. Oh, it's so cool. Why did... the same thing happened to me with my Grave Robber. Ceremonial Bell. Kodama. Hungry Burger. God. Toon World. Ah, gotta love Toon World. Alright. So where are we at? We're in our last 6. Alright. The big thing you want is for your ultras to be flawless when you're opening a new booster box. But gotta be careful here, but it's not really working out too well. I might just start cutting them. Okay. Peacock, All Shadow, Stone Ogre Grotto, Chain Energy, Cyberjar. So this is what I was talking about. Here's a duplicate Cyberjar. I'll probably be doing a voiceover anyway. I've been saying it a couple times because there's just thing I get lost in my head sometimes. Mm-hmm. So I just use the video, cut out the audio, and just redo it. Alright, Ceremonial Bell, Darkness Approaches, Kodama again, and October. Alright, so my counts are correct. We should have one more holographic if there's no secrets in here, and it should be an Ultra. So let's see. I'm just going to try to weigh out the packs with my hands. Doesn't always work. I'm going to guess that one. So I'll try to make this the last pack. I hope for a Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. Okay. Firecracken, Dark Witch, Cursive Fiend, Crab Turtle, and a Mother Grizzly is your rare. Okay. Corpse of Sanctuary, Mechanical Snail, Guardian of Throne Room, and Labyrinth Wall. Alright, 4 packs left. Baby, I need good luck from you. Eatgaboon, Queen Bird, Gravekeeper's Servant, Whiptail Crow, Rush Recklessly, this is a pretty good one. Rush Recklessly is the rare.
Is it not as rare when it's not a holographic and the word is just holographic?
Yeah, it's considered just a rare. There's rares, there's secret rares, there's ultra rares.
Gotcha.
Ultra rares are the ones you want most. Minar, Flash Assailant, Turtle Oath, and Twin Long Rods #2. I tried like mind weighing these packs without a scale, and I think the last one is going to be my ultra. If I don't get an ultra, I'll be very upset about it. And I don't know what the secret rares are in this deck. I'm actually really curious. Because Jinzo was the secret rare of the last deck, but Psychic Kappa, Griggle, Final Destiny, Flying Kamakiri #1 is the rare. Horn of Light, Sonic Bird, haven't seen that. Theo #2, Electric Snake. And some of them are short prints too. Short prints are also like worth more. Because that means they weren't printed the entire time for the set. Alright, 2 more packs. Now we go to Wawa. I'm going to go slow for this one because I could be wrong and this could be my ultra. Whiptail Crow, Performance of the Sword, Giant Turtle of Flames. Okay. Mystic Tomato is my rare. I was kind of hoping that not the Mystic Tomato, but I was kind of hoping that it was going to be my ultra because it was a monster card and I want an ultra monster. So I'm like worried that my next one's not Sonic Bird, Theo #2, Electric Snake, Minar. Alright. Hopefully this is my ultra one because this is my last pack. Hopefully that ultra is a monster and hopefully it's in fantastic condition. A lot to ask, but that's what I want. So okay, here we go. Dark Zebra, Red Archery Girl, Malevolent Nuzzler.
You brush your legs, baby. Alright, legs and arms across.
It's a magic card. Delinquent Duo. And there's your ultra, unfortunately. Okay. Just putting that in a penny saver. And a card saver #1. Flash Assailant. It's the first time I saw that. Turtle Oath. Twin Rods #2. Okay, so recap. The two ultras were Delinquent Duo and Acts of Despair. Two magic cards. Acts of Despair I'm okay with. Delinquent Duo, meh. It's okay. But both are in very good condition, so that's good. Both will be sent in for grading. Hoping for 10s on both. Then we have Toon World, which is actually my favorite card I pulled, but it has that dot. So it's probably a 9. Then there's Mahavilo, Giant Trunade, and Painful Choice. Let's take a look at Delinquent Duo again. Okay. Acts of Despair. So I really hope you enjoyed that video. That was the first video that I made and edited for this channel specifically. If you could, and if you enjoyed the content, please subscribe and hit that notification button, the little bell, so when I create future content, you'll be notified via your notification preference. So also, if you wouldn't mind commenting below so that I could figure out what you do want to see, what you don't want to see, and that'll help us kind of grow together so we could create this channel in a way that's conducive to my hobbies as well as conducive to your viewership. So thanks, and I hope you enjoyed.